We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome once again to Sofa Justice Warriors Live. As always, I'm Joe. And we're going to start the fun in a bit. First, I'd like to talk about something gravely serious. Charlottesville, Virginia. A Nazi rally happened this weekend. In 2017. A literal Nazi rally. These are not people I'm choosing to call Nazis. These are not people with whom I disagree so that I've decided to reduce them to Nazis. These are literally Nazis. They are carrying swastikas and they are chanting Nazi things. They are chanting Heil Trump. They're Nazis. Okay. So I started this show to talk about things like this in popular media. To talk about the little, this little thing over here. I like this movie, but this little joke, it's racist. And we should all be aware of that. And why do I do that? Do I do that to be a fucking killjoy? No, I don't like being that person for my friends or for strangers on the internet. It is not entertaining, nor is it fun. It is not a quest to make myself look righteous, and if you use the term virtue signaling, like, seriously, fuck you. You're a terrible person. We don't all do this so that we can pat ourselves on the back and go, what great people we are. Because we don't feel great, honestly. Taking on all of the guilt of knowing how many terrible things are going around and how many you're complicit in, and how many you benefit from, even if you have nothing to do with them, feels awful. It feels fucking terrible. It's not fun. And so why do we do it? Why do we do it? And the reason is this. The fucking Nazis are back. All right? I'm not exaggerating. They're saying it. They're calling themselves Nazis. They're waving Nazi flags. All right? So when somebody makes a fucking racist joke, the least I can do is go, that's fucking racist. Don't do that. Don't be that. And a million people scramble in to go, no, it wasn't racist. Nothing is racist. If you believe the fucking hordes of people who will argue with any mention of racism or what might be racist, nothing is fucking racist. Up to and including a Nazi march. There are people right now literally arguing that those were just cosplayers and punk kids and they don't matter. They're not real Nazis. To which I saw somebody reply, this is no big deal, he said, being escorted into the showers. Until they turn the gas on, they're not real Nazis. These are fucking Nazis. All right? And over the weekend, I tweeted, I'm like tweeting about this, which I'm just like, what the... Yeah. But the Nazi in chief His primary mode of fucking communication is Twitter. So what can he do? It's a platform I have to reach people, and I had to take a position on behalf of this show, and that position is Nazi punks, fuck off. I'm sad and sick to fucking death that I have to talk about this in 2017. But I am unsurprised because I've seen it coming. I at the end of the show, the mainline show, the Sofa Justice Warriors show, where we analyze movies and television and comic books, which we haven't done yet because damn, is it a lot of work to actually make this show. I try to end hopeful because I do believe that we can be better. And there's a part of me that believes this is the last desperate gasp of this kind of person. Because historically, we now know what this looks like, and maybe we've learned from it. But we have a president openly saying racist things, and people saying he's not racist. The first time Donald Trump came to prominence, it was because he was being sued for not letting black people live in his building. All right? What evidence do you need when he says Mexicans are rapists? What can he do that is racist? If nothing is racist, what is racism? Does it exist? Do you just think it doesn't exist? Hypothetical straw man I'm making up right now? No. But the crowds of people explaining away all racism and any call that something might be racist. There are fucking Nazis at our door now. All right? And they're going to come for you. They will. They don't stop. They don't go, oh, well, we're gaining power. We've gotten rid of all the Jews. Let's just stop there. Now the world is fine. People like this don't stop there. They need a scapegoat. They need a fucking scapegoat in order to recruit. And unfortunately, angry young men are a renewable resource. Angry young men disturbed at their lot in life, economically anxious, is a big term right now, are a renewable resource. There will always be angry young men you can radicalize by pointing to somebody else and saying it's their fault that you're not more successful. And that's where we are. And I'm saddened. I'm disheartened. There's been at least one fatality. There's been several injuries. A guy plowed his car into a group of counter-protesters. And immediately the narrative became, oh, lone wolf, not really associated with this. He's not one of us. No true Scotsman. That's what happened right away. And the media started asking questions like, oh, calling him things like disturbed or afraid, or meanwhile, if a black guy is walking down the street in a hoodie, he's dangerous. And we do treat people of different races fucking differently, especially in the wake of protest. Do you think Black Lives Matter waving guns around wouldn't be shut down by the goddamn police right away? And not So here we are. We're going to play a video game. I had to get that out of my system. But there it is. The fucking Nazis are back. Punch a Nazi. All right? Well, we have to let them have free speech. Yeah, they can say whatever they want, but they're not free from the consequences of saying that shit. Punch a Nazi. Can't believe I'm fucking having to say that in 2017. All right. I'm gonna change gears. Bring the volume back up. Today we're going to play a little game called Super Mario Crossover, because after a horribly emotionally draining weekend, I need to do something fun, and I think this game is fun. So what this is a fan-made game. You can just Google it. It's free on the internet, and it is a Super Mario game. You can play through Super Mario 1 with various NES characters from different games, and they retain their power sets, and it's a good time. So let's go for it. We're going to use the map Super Mario Brothers. Huh, I wonder what special is. We'll worry about that later. All characters, classic power-ups, customized weapons. Oh, wow. Cool. I'm going to leave all these at default. But I guess you can pick everybody's cool... You can pick everybody's sub-weapons now, too. This has been updated since I last played it. Let's get to it. You gotta be Bill, right? Bill Reiser from Contra. You got Bass, Mega Man, Mario Luigi, Link, Samus, Simon Belmont, and Sophia 3 from Blaster Master. I never played Blaster Master as a kid, but I did love the music. And Ryuhei Busa. They've added some characters since I last played this, too. Alright, let's start with Bill. Love it. This makes me smile. In the wake of all this horribleness. Oh, that was bad. I was wondering, yeah. Okay. This is great. Casperin says, this almost doesn't seem like a game. Yeah, being Bill from Contra and Super Mario is a bit like cheating. But I don't care, because it's fun. It's a walking simulator? Yeah, I hate that criticism of... I hate that criticism of that kind of game. Mega Man not quite as strong as Bill. Oh, I bulldozed my only way up there. There we go. This is fun. It takes something special to make me smile, not 5 minutes after ranting about how the Nazis are back. I think we're gonna do no warp zones. Whew, I'm already getting hot under these lights. Ah, the Electman music. Mega Man always did have just the best music. Okay, we've got Bill powered up. We've got Mega Man powered up. Let's get Samus and Link powered up. I get why Mario and Luigi are here. It'd be stupid to not have them. But why would you play as Mario or Luigi in this game? Ah, Brinstar music. Oh, that didn't work half as well as I expected it to. Okay, long beam. Keep inadvertently triggering the morph ball. This, I gotta tell you, this game, much like Smash Brothers, is the game we all wanted in 1988. And we all had a friend whose uncle worked at Nintendo who told us it was coming. You could see why the Avengers would become such a smashing success years later. We wanted all of our stuff to cross over. Alright, Samus didn't get fully powered up. Let's do it. Haha! Torian's music. Awesome. Dancing Baloney says it's actually a pretty clever mod idea. What's really surprising is that they didn't mod this. They had to remake Super Mario Bros. From the ground up in Flash. Like, before doing anything with it, it was just like, I mean, maybe they were just teaching themselves Flash and went, what if I made Super Mario Brothers? And then went, what if I changed Super Mario Brothers? I don't know the whole story behind it. But yeah, this is made from the ground up in Flash. You can find it on SuperMarioBrosCrossover.com. It's made by Exploding Rabbit Studios, which I think was just one dude. Like, Livid Liquid Productions was just me, is just me. Alrighty. Let's power up Ryu. Yeah, and then we'll do Belmont. No, Belmont first. And it's gotta be Castlevania 2, Simon, because that is my favorite! And we get, yeah, there we is. Just the best music. Ooh, he's got a double jump. Call forward to later Castlevania games. I guess you really can't give Simon Belmont in this world the, like, can't move while you're jumping controls and the, yeah, like, you need to, he'd be just the worst. Flame whip, motherfucker! Aw. I'm disappointed it's just the regular Star music and not some Castlevania music. Ooh. There. I've conclusively proven that I can walk and chew gum, apparently. Okay. I wonder what happens if I keep going right. You can totally jump over the flagpole. I know if you actually get over the flagpole in Super Mario Brothers, the original, you just keep running. Okay, water level. Who controls well in water? We know Mega Man gets the crazy jump. We've already got Mega Man powered up. Alright, Link. Show me what you got! Okay. Whatever. Oh, nope, you're gonna chase me. Can't beat the title screen music. We've got the up stab and down stab from Zelda 2. That's nice. I wonder why they didn't just go with the Zelda 2 sprite. Since that's actually built for a side-scroller? But okay. Alright. No, that didn't do it. Cool. Not a single power-up. That's kind of a bummer. Let's power him up now. Keep this train rolling. Oh, damn it. I don't know where any of these power-ups are. And I died. Good times. I don't know how many lives I have. Ah, 4. This is eerily similar to some parts of Zelda 2, where you have to avoid bubbles and skulls on a big bridge outside. Snowbound says, have you played Zelda 2 on the show yet? Very first episode. We played Zelda 2, Dell and I did. Originally the format was gonna be Dell and I on Mondays, Me solo Tuesdays, Del solo Wednesdays, but Del was like, that's too many days a week, dude. So now I'm by myself on the couch on Monday, over at the PC on Tuesday, and he does Wednesdays when I'm not scheduled to work. Because, dude, his schedule I'm on is just brutal. We made it about halfway through the game, and neither one of us saved. So we just moved on the next week. Casperin says, I don't remember Link doing flips like a night elf when he jumps. Me neither, but I like it. Actually, that came from Link's Awakening. You get the Roc's Feather and you jump, and he does do a flip every time. That is established Zelda canon. Dancing Baloney says, why would you consider playing Siobin Action / Cat Mario / Dongs.exe on the show? Sure? I don't know what those are. Let's power link all the way up. I would consider playing most things on the show. They would have to run on my PC. Tell me I've got... Yes, I do. Alright, red ring. Some throwing swords there. I chose poorly. Whew! Casper asked, did you finish playing Thomas Was Alone? No, that might have actually been my last stream. Oh god! Because we took a week off, because Del was out of town, and I was scheduled to work just during every stream time. Oh, and also the entire rest of the week. How many of these is it going to take? Oh, I have a boomerang. Neat. But I still, the next PC day, this will probably be tomorrow, I think I will finish Thomas Was Alone. And then I'll do There's Poop in My Soup. I don't know what it is. But Slybo sent it to me, and he demanded I play it on the air, and hopefully that's funny. Alright, Ryu, show me what you got! Yeah, we're going OG. Oh! They did not die in one hit like I was expecting. Okay. This is the cutscene music. Good lord, this is a nostalgia trip for me. One thing I'm curious about, some of these enemies I worry. Like if Ryu jumps on a Goomba, does it get squished? Or do I have to hit it with my sword? And I just don't know the answer to that yet. Nope, no warp zones. No, I don't think that's a warp zone. I think that's just clouds and coins, but I'm not going to risk it. Now, since I don't know every detail of the original Super Mario Brothers, you can take away my gamer cred. Truth is, when I was a kid, I had a very different philosophy of video games, and that's that, well, if I know a quicker way to the ending, why would I go the long way? if I can beat the game in 10 minutes, why would I want to see the rest of it? Not really understanding that playing the game, you know, is the fun. But I just see how quickly I could beat it. I can sadly not do the infinite one-ups trick here. So, yeah. When you get into these middle stretches of Super Mario Brothers, and I haven't played them a lot. I didn't really piece together when I was a kid that this game had a time mechanic. That we were playing through, it was morning, and then now it's night. I just thought, you know, the black level. Ah, Snowbound says the Super Mario Bros. Warp Zones also served as a save function for a game that didn't have any other way to pause. It's a good call. I want to get down there. There we go. I always thought, Snowbound says, this was a snowy level because the trees were white. I didn't know those were trees until I was a grown-ass man. I thought they were like light bulbs. Really, that's just there and there's nothing in it. Taylor Swift won her lawsuit, Casper, and says, that's excellent! Taylor Swift, correct me if I'm wrong. Taylor Swift alleges that her, yep, okay, good to know. I cannot smush Goombas. Taylor Swift, says that her manager was, you know, sexually assaulting her, and she tried to sue to get out of her contract with him. And the judge said no. Oh, radio host, Casperin says. Oh, I'm talking about... Apparently I'm talking about Kesha. That's a shame, because I was hoping that she would get out of that. And I thought you came here to give me the good news. But no, I didn't know this thing about Taylor Swift. What happened? Something about a radio host? I guess we can power him back up. Taylor Swift was groped by a radio host. Well, good. I'm glad she won the lawsuit. Lots of men feel entitled to women's bodies. Including the pussy grabber in chief. Casperin says, and long story short, she sued him for $1 so as not to appear to be seeking money, and her testimony was amazing. Go look it up. That's beautiful. That is outstanding. I will look that up. I can't remember if we powered him up again or not. I'd assume we did. Bill's powered up. We might as well power up Bass. Simon's powered up. Samus is powered up. You know what? Bass wasn't... Bass wasn't around in the NES days, so I'm gonna pick Sophia 3. I did not play this game a lot. I don't seem any stronger. Oh, they're a little... the bolts are a little longer, I guess. Alright. That's Sophia 3, halfway powered up. A boss level. Okay. Might as well. Whew. Okay. Eh. Look at me go. Whew, boy. Awesome. That was great. Apparently the character from Blaster Master was named Jason. I do kind of remember that intro. And I played the first level a lot because I love the music, and it had that cute little intro where he loses his pet frog and goes chasing after him. Okay, all the characters I like are powered up. Okay, he shoots very rapidly, but cannot move while shooting. That was really dumb. Seems to be a bad habit with me, is pick a new character, die immediately. Whoa! I can overwhelm the sprites into turning off. How am I supposed to make that jump? Okay, base, you've died twice. I'm officially done with your shit. Store brand Stallone is about to fuck your shit up, Lakitu. There we go. One of these is. There it is. Breeze right on through. Huh. Ah, yeah! That was awesome. Who has the best secondary music? We're gonna go with Link. How do I use those bombs? That's great that they're there. How do I use them? Okay. I'm using the special brings up his boomerang. So how do I use the bombs? That is not at all what I meant to do. Oh, awesome! Oh, man. That's rad. Ah. No warp zone. Everybody's awesome now. Except for Base. We're gonna give this one more try, Base. Okay, he just can't jump. I don't understand. I don't understand how I'm supposed to make these. Snowbound says, so I may have mentioned before that I work in an alarmingly right-wing office. I came in today ready for hell, but the peanut gallery I normally endure was practically silent today. Don't know how to read that. Are we the baddies? It's my only response. I'm glad it was less painful for you, though. Can I, like, call up Rush? Oh, okay, I found a new button. I figured out how to use the special. Casperin says the more shame they feel, the better. Snowbound replies, hardly the way I'd want them to get some self-awareness. Right? Does it take learning that your party is the fucking ally of the Nazis to... How did you not see this coming? Damn it! I gotta tell you, the Elect Man music from Mega Man 1. That part right there, that gave me goosebumps even as a kid, even before nostalgia was introduced into the equation. Oh, this is the one. I don't remember the pattern. This is the weird one where you have to go in the right path. And I don't remember. So, I will keep making poor choices until I accidentally make a right one. But I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to go down this way. Well, I made it to Bowser. Lost all my power-ups. I can't just... Let's get him powered back up. I have heard tell that this is an accidental ripoff of an REM song. Or that REM ripped this off. I'm not sure which came first. Oh, yeah, man. That was great. Anybody gonna ever give me a weapon? A mushroom? Ever? Apparently not. Let's just get the fuck out of here. I'd like some mushrooms, please. Preferably sautéed or grilled. That's something. This may not have been the best move. God! There's just no getting out of that one. Oh! Panicked. We'll play with some of these other options after I beat it. Or this, or game over. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Snowbound says, hammer is good as implement of people's resistance of capitalist Mario Bros. Plumbing. Oh, man. See you in a bit. And we're back. Hopefully some of you are still here. Hopefully I can get the game to work again. There we go. Well, clicked on something else. Oh man. I gotta tell you, I made curry for dinner, and this is the first time in just forever I made a whole batch of curry that nobody else was gonna eat. So I got to make it as spicy as I like it, and I took a bite while I was upstairs, and it is just nuclear hellfire in my mouth right now. It's pretty great. So, if I start sweating, might not just be the lights. Okay, I bet you, yep, everybody's weak now. Gotta get everybody powered up again. Dancing Baloney says, I love capsaicin masochism, best kind of masochism. Yeah, I never got into drugs. I got into spicy food. When I was in high school, I never liked spicy food. I hated it. I was like, I don't understand why anybody would want to eat something that hurts. That sounds dumb. Make mine regular. And I didn't realize that, like, you don't start out eating, you know, Dave's Insanity sauce. You don't start there. It's basically, my brother made me a curry that was so spicy that I hallucinated and I got that, like, body high that you get from the endorphins, and I was like, oh man, I could totally get used to this. So then I started putting rooster sauce on just about everything. And before I knew it, that wasn't doing it. And just like a heroin addict, you take stronger and stronger shit. Until pretty soon, and this is a mistake I made, and something I wish I could go back and tell myself, buddy, your mouth can handle anything, but your stomach is eventually going to give out. And you're gonna get old. Snowbound says, I can think of a few other kinds of masochism that were a pretty good time. So can I. There can't just not be power-ups, right? Like, Caspern says, me too. I have some kindred spirits up in here. Oh, I just don't get my extra guy. That's a bummer. Dancing Baloney says, the stomach does what I damn well tell it to, but I don't trust my rectum to do the same. Yep. Look, you don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And the problem with that philosophy is, when I'm eating the spicy food and somebody goes, you're gonna pay for that later, I go, ah, it's future Joe's problem. Fuck that guy. But, I just can't make it. Dr. Mrs., my ex-wife, would constantly warn me about it when I ate spicy food, and I'd be like, yeah, I know. And then later on, I'd be like, ugh, and she'd be like, I told you, and I'm like, yeah, and I knew. You don't get to have an I told you so about something I also knew would happen. Let's kill ourselves. Start over with 3 lives and not play Bill. Ryu can get the job done. I need somebody who can kill Goombas in one hit right off the bat. Oh! He doesn't jump nearly as high as I thought. I'm blowing it, ladies and gentlemen. And other people. If I keep getting that, I can screw up as much as I want. Boy. Oh man, my mouth is just still on fire. Come on, man! If you're that close as Mario, they never pop up. I'm gonna be stuck here for a while. See, now he's not coming up. Is he gonna do it as soon as I... Yeah! Alright. I'll play your game, you rogue. Slurp! Hey, I finally made it. Just no power-ups at all. What do? Huh. Bloody hell! We're gonna be Bill again. There we go. Yes, please. I love that they blow up depending on what character you are, they blow up in the way of that they do in that character's game. Everything dies the same way. Hello. Oh, this is nice. They've got the waterfall level music. Ah, you bastard! Ah, die! Okay, these bloopers just take all of the hits and don't die. That's good to know. I'm going to avoid them. All right. No! Oh, man! Nothing. Yeah. I could have had a full spread gun, but I had to go and get myself hit. I don't like bullet bills spawning from nothing. Not a fan. There we go. Alright. We've got one character fully powered up. This is just level 1-3 with smaller platforms. Gotta love Nintendo. I mean that genuinely. Like, that's a really clever way of extending your game is, well, we've only got so much space in the ROM, so we'll replace this with something from earlier, but change some variables, and that saves a lot of memory. And we get to have a whole new level that's harder than the last one, and yeah. Alright. I definitely need somebody with projectiles. See what you can do for me, Mega Man. Oh, right. Nope. Fuck that mushroom. I know I've gotten it as Mario before. Ooh, that was a really bad time for my joystick to glitch out, but I didn't die. Boom! I wonder if I pick Mega Man 9 if I get Mega Man 9 music. Yes, I do! Beautiful! This is great. How are you back already? Fuck off. Jesus! No! Give me that to me. I'm sick of your shit, Cloud. There we go. Okay. And it's back already. Jesus! I should have seen that coming. Okay, well, now I have a fully depowered Mega Man. Huge bummer. Coins are great. I want a mushroom. Okay, so if I can't step on the beetles, and I can't shoot them, Mega Man just has no recourse in dealing with them. Balls. Maybe Samus can bomb them. We're gonna try. No, cannot be gotten. What if... Aha! Oh, crap. Sure would like to grab that. Wonderful. Ooh, screw attack. Why not? Samus brought me to the dance. Holy crap. Okay. Let's just hope for the best. Super don't need that. Not gonna risk my life for it. I have OCD, yes, but not that bad. At least not today. It's been doing pretty well lately, truth be told. Oh god. This is funny as hell. Well, that was a friggin' breeze. Oh, hey, he's got the slide. That's cool. Beat that shit. I can feel my controller already fucking up. I'm really worried about it. Oh! Woo! Dancing Baloney says, speaking of which, Adobe said if they're officially killing it off. I imagine you're talking about Flash. I mean, yeah, Flash is terrible, and HTML5 effectively rendered it useless. Oh! I lost... that makes me mad. But I am gonna miss things like this and Homestar Runner. I can't fucking believe that happened. Alright, I got 4 lives. I'm in World 7. Casburn, who is a web developer, as I'm sure some of you remember, says, "Oh man, how have I not heard that yet? That's the best." Yeah! You will no longer have to support that shit. No! This is a poor level for Mega Man, I think. That was really stupid. I wish I hadn't done that. Lord! Lord! Okay. Who to be? Dancing Baloney says, I'm torn. I don't want it to die, but I want it to die, but I also want them to open source it to make archiving the internet easier. Yes. Do that. I don't want to lose huge swaths of internet like this game. Snowbound says, yeah, I agree with that. It has historical value. Yes. Alright, Samus is all the way powered up, but we're mostly dealing with bullet bills. So I need somebody of high mobility who can jump on things. This might just be a Mario level. Well, let's give ourselves some Mario 3 music. It'll make this level less frustrating. Oh, bastard! Dancing Baloney says, anybody here listen to Chapo Trap House? I've been meaning to get into Chapo because Shannon Strucy, who is a fellow YouTuber, you can find her at Strucy Movies, S-T-R-U-C-C-I Movies. She did an episode recently on political correctness that I was like, well, hey, you just spent 20 minutes doing my show better than I do. Way to go, Shannon. But she's always on me to get into Chapo. And I listened to one episode, I fell asleep to it, I had some very interesting dreams. And it's not, I don't think I can find it on the Google Play Music, which is the thing I use for podcasts, because I never found an app that quite worked for me for podcasts. Alright, yeah, let's just Mario the shit out of this. But I'm gonna get into Chapo. That is coming. Oh, damn it! I think I screwed myself out of my power-up here, too. Yep. Urgh. And it's not one with a power-up. Okay, I don't care. Just get me the fuck out of here. No! Oh boy. Oh crap, a water level. I'll be right back. I'm not going to go on a full break, but give me just a second. I'm torn on this, folks. I don't know who to play. I keep losing power-ups. Casperin says, much of it is already insufferable nostalgia. I suppose you're talking about Flash? What are you talking about there? Let's see how Ryu does, or Ryu... yeah. Oh, gotcha. Before that, Snowbound said, even if that historical value is what will become insufferable nostalgia in 5 or 10 years. Yes. Nostalgia's important. Nostalgia taken too far. Nostalgia that's this is what things should be, and all change that has happened since is somehow wrong or bad. That's nostalgia gone wrong. That's just not nostalgia. That's something else. Listening to a song you haven't heard from in, heard in years that you first heard when you fell in love with somebody and you just get wistful and nostalgic. That's a beautiful thing. I love listening to Blood, Sweat, and Tears because my dad used to listen to it in the car when I was a kid. And it just reminds me of him, and I lost him a couple years ago, and that's nostalgia, and that's good. Not all nostalgia is bad, but a lot of nostalgia can be bad. Alright, Ryu sucked underwater and didn't kill things in one hit like I needed him to. Link was okay, because he had the up and down stab. I hit him! Why am I dead? I hit him, he's blinking! It's bullshit! I hit him! I don't understand what this one is. It's just... yeah, whatever. Casper, I believe, is responding to my not-so-subtle The Room reference. I hit her! I'm so looking forward to the Disaster Artist. You have no idea. Oh, man. I hit him! Okay, game over. Fuck! This is some bullshit. But if it were easy, I'd be done too quickly. I'm going to do him left-handed. If I use my right, over too quickly. There's a topic. Is it okay that Mandy Patinkin played a Spaniard, kinda in brownface, in one of our favorite movies? And the answer is probably not. Wiseau is a better actor than Franco. There, I said it, Dancing Baloney says. It depends. I mean, have you seen Freaks and Geeks? He was great in that. It's James Franco's alright at being James Franco. He's not an actor, he's a movie star. Which my drama instructor carefully pointed out the difference. Tom Cruise is a movie star. You can be both. Brad Pitt is an actor who is a movie star, who usually plays Brad Pitt. Leonardo DiCaprio, on the other hand, is supposed to be a director's actor, but I always see him as Leo. He has never disappeared. The only time he's ever really, disappeared into a role was, a couple of scenes as Candy in, Django. But otherwise, I'm like, that's Leo DiCaprio. That's the kid they added to the later seasons of Growing Pains. That's who he will be to me forever. But James Franco playing James Franco, is just fine. It was even fine in that first reboot of the Planet of the Apes movies. I guess they're prequels. They're not really reboots. Because I saw the last one, it actually dovetails really nicely into Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes. So they're just ignoring that Tim Burton atrocity and going, okay, we got these 3 movies, and then the 5 movies, I think 5 movies, that were connected to the Charlton Heston one. Wait, did you see The Revenant, though? Caspern says, no, I didn't. So yes, there is one more example I need to witness before I say Leo has never disappeared into a role. I just straight up don't want to play this level. I got through this being Mario, didn't I? Alright. No! That was a crock of shit. And now I've got these Hammer Brothers up my butt. Caspern says, okay, y'all, time for me to scoot. Have a very pleasant evening. And I know you're going to watch Game of Thrones. It's amazing. It's real good. Everybody's complaining now that the show is, like, rushed, but everybody complained that it was too slow before. So, yeah, a lot of things are happening very quickly, but it's like, it's wrapping itself up. Like, shit's happening. You've managed to avoid spoilers, that's very good. I won't say anything about what happens, except that it was an awesome episode. But I don't think there's a bad episode of that show. Oh, that was nice. There's episodes that caused me great outrage as a critic of, you know, being terrible with your social messaging. An early drag and a rushed end aren't mutually exclusive. I agree. I do agree. And it does feel like a different show. It does feel like we're not spending a lot of time sitting around pontificating about things, which is what a lot of people really liked about the show. So I don't think I don't dismiss the criticism out of hand, but it doesn't ruin it for me. I would certainly like a 10-episode order instead of a, you know, what is it, 7 or 8 this year? I think we've only got 1 or 2 more coming. Please don't die. Let's get a poll going on whether Littlefinger makes it out alive. I think he's dying, like, soon. I made it to the end! Yeah, I think he might make it to next season, but, like, probably not. He doesn't really have a role in the story anymore. They're doing this thing where he's trying to pull the Starks apart, and that's going to resolve either for good or for ill, but I feel like Arya hasn't really done a hell of a lot this year. She did in her opening scene, but then that was it. So I think that's going to be the hell yeah for Arya, and Sansa, is beating him at his own game. That's what I think is coming. That's our... Or we get another, like, all is lost, Littlefinger almost fucks everything up yet again. For a cliffhanger, I could see that. I could see that happening. Sometimes you just gotta be Mario. Oh my god. Oh, that was bullshit! Dancing Baloney says $5, says he makes it out. I'm not taking any bet. Alright, water level. I hope you're caught up on Game of Thrones if you're watching this. Because we're mentioning people. Alright. I'm gonna get this time. We now have in canon, well, not canon, this is non-canon, but we now have confirmation that bloopers are as strong as moblins. They both take 3 hits to kill. Oh my god! Ah! I might not beat this. Yeah, we're more than halfway through the stream. And I'm close-ish to the end. But the 8 worlds, they're pretty brutal. Might be able to bypass some of them just by strategic character picking. I don't know the hitboxes. I don't know the collision detection. Now I have to play that shit-awful level again. Fuck it. We'll be Link the whole way through. Just see what happens. That's what happens. Immediate death. Good times. I'm not going to read all that because it's just giant spoilers. Okay, kill me. There we go. But that is an interesting point. And then now, expounding upon this without going into spoilers, Snowbound says, like, how many years are we going to be working through scripts that were written before the whole world moved on? To paraphrase The Dark Tower. Yeah, man. A lot of things that are being made now were written with the idea that Hillary Clinton was going to be president, and it was fucking unavoidable. And so, everything written, and that's in production or post-production now, or coming out soon, is gonna reflect the world that could have been. And that is... whew... Great. I made myself an obstacle. God damn it, man! This is just insufferable. I'm gonna do that one more time. Start over with 3 lives. There we go. So I don't know if any of you folks were here for the very beginning of the show, but once this goes up on YouTube, or even like right after the stream ends, you can watch it again on Twitch until I get 7 videos ahead. I talked a lot about my feelings about this weekend. So that's there. That's out there. I'm not going to do an episode on it, which it's totally open for an armchair philosophy. Maybe I will do an episode on it. But I'm so fucking busy at work. If I did, it would be an armchair philosophy. It would be 5 minutes. Okay, fine, I'm invincible. Get me out of here. Alright, I need that mushroom. No, I don't need that mushroom. I'm not playing as Mario again. Fuck this noise. Get me out of here. I don't think Cersei and Hillary Clinton have much in common, personally. Mostly because Cersei is unabashedly, this is who I am, this is who I am, fuck you if you don't like it, and Hillary changed her image to whatever was most electable at the time. Which, when you're the first prominent female politician to run for president, can't say I blame her, but I do think it was gutless. Dancing Baloney says touche. Alright, I had a good point. Look at me. Here's where I either... Oh, God. Baloney says, Cersei is what Hillary Clinton would be if she didn't have to campaign for her seat. Maybe? I mean, I'll tell you, I held my nose and voted for her. And I didn't have to hold my nose that hard. I thought she would have been fine. I didn't want fine. You know, I didn't want okay. But I've only gotten to vote, like, a couple of times in my life for something I actually thought was good. It's really always been an exercise in what's the least bad. And I don't subscribe to the, you have to earn my vote, because there are only 2 options sometimes, and if one of them is objectively fucking worse, I'm not gonna protest not vote. You know, I'm not gonna write in... I'm not gonna write in unless there's like a coordinated campaign that seems like it might work. You know? It was more important to me to keep Donald Trump out of the fucking White House than to vote for somebody I absolutely loved and supported. finally fucking did it. Jesus Christ. So yeah, Chapo, I saw a video with them the night that Trump got elected, and they were like, fuck, our show's done. And the interviewer was like, why? And they were like, our entire role for the next 4 years was supposed to be to hold Hillary's feet to the fire on not being leftist enough. And now this. And I was like, yeah, that's correct. There should have been... She should have won, and then all of us should have held her feet to the fire to move left. Because capitulating to the centrists does not actually... Neither wins elections, nor does it make sense. But I'm talking out of my ass here. These are all my personal opinions. Dancing Baloney says, I need to watch that video. What video? Oh, yeah, the interview with Clappo. Or, yeah. Chapo. Not Clappo. Dummy. I don't know what this world is. So, we're gonna be Samus. I'd love to get out of the 7s. The 8s I know. Oh, it's fish. Although I don't think Clinton was going to be held accountable by anyone, hence my Jill Stein vote. Alright. I'm not judging you. It really depends on where you lived. Whether or not that vote mattered. And I wouldn't judge you either way, but Jill Stein is a fucking anti-vaxxer, and that was just... That was it for me. The jury is not out on science. Oh my god. Please, please don't let me have to go back to the beginning. I don't want to go back to the beginning of this. This is just shit. Snowbound says the process has to be engaged at all levels. The critique that the Democrats are too neoliberal and too supportive of the military-industrial complex is valid, but until we see another party make meaningful wins at multiple levels of government, it's fanciful to not play the game. I agree completely. Where I vote my conscience is the primaries. Once we get to the general, that's kind of it. And I caucused for Bernie, man. My wife was there, canceling out my vote. Caucusing for Hillary. We talked about it once. And other than that, we were actually very cool about, okay, well that's your person, I got my person, and we never argued about it. We talked about it once, and we didn't argue when we talked about it, and then we never talked about it again. Lost my power up, but I'm still in the game. Whew. Sorry, folks. Jill Stein, Dancing Baloney says, actually disavowed the anti-vaxxer stuff. That's great that she moved on from it. I heard it come out of her mouth. And that really bothered me. And yeah, revising your position, awesome. I think that whole politicians flip-flop. It's, oh no, new information was presented and I changed my mind. How dare I have learned a thing? So good for her. Oh, shit. This is a wholly unique one. This isn't even like... Oh, this is going to be another one where I have to... I could be misremembering this, Baloney. I could have just read it. But I thought I saw her talking about it, and her whole thing was... I'm not going to come out here and say that she came out and said she was an anti-vaxxer. It was that somebody asked her the question, and the answer she gave was vague enough. It was like when Donald was asked, will you disavow the white supremacists? It was like, that's the crazy contingent of the left wing, is, I don't want to vaccinate my kids because, yeah, it's anti-science. It's a weird quirk, because normally we're all about evidence and shit. So... somebody asked her the question and she kind of wormed her way through it and said, well, there's some legitimate points being raised by these people. And it wasn't like, I don't believe that, I think vaccines cause autism. It was, well, these people are very concerned and they're raising some legitimate points and we should look into it. We have looked into it. Either of you folks remember which way I'm supposed to go? It's definitely, okay, I'm trying down... and up. Did that do anything new? No. Up, up. Maybe go down, and then middle. Oh. Down, up. Down, up, middle. Up, down, middle. No. Okay, so... let's try up, down, up. Oh, hey, look at that. Something new happened. Okay. Let's try down, middle. Or down, down. Down, down isn't it? Try down, up. This doesn't work, we'll try up, down. That didn't work either. I'm gonna die of no time left. Like, right away. Like, just all the way right now. That's a huge bummer. All right, folks. It is just about 6 o'clock. I'm not going to do the full 3 hours today because I have to be awake at 4 in the morning to go to work. So this is it for me. I made it to 7-4. The answer to the question, Super Mario crossover, can Joe beat it in 2 hours, is a resounding no. I might have been able to beat it in 3. But I'm going to tap out early. I have a long week. I don't get a weekend either. I just worked 6 days in a row. I got today off, and then I do 2 more days, and then I have Thursday, and then who the fuck knows after that. This job is brutal. Baloney says, I see my Stein vote as more of a warning to the left that cheap identity politics won't be tolerated. I don't see us being taken seriously unless we have to prove ourselves willing to revoke our support. I personally do not believe in the term identity politics. I think the words identity politics are a rebranding of civil rights to make them sound selfish and like passe. Like it's to make it sound self-centered. I think it's to take civil rights and go, well, that's just identity politics of race and gender and etc. It's civil rights. I'm queer, and I don't think me saying I shouldn't be murdered for being queer or I shouldn't be marginalized in any way is identity politics. I think it's civil rights. I want the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness unimpeded. And yeah, so I don't like that term too much, but I do think, yeah, a protest vote, depending on where you live. I mean, if you live in a solidly blue district, go the fuck ahead. Sure. Like, but if you were in one of those Wisconsin districts where we literally lost the presidency by like 500 votes, maybe not so much. Dancing Baloney says, well, I'm misusing the term then. Yeah, that's how it's being used. It's being used to paint, the left needs to move away from identity politics. And what that means is the left needs to stop talking about black people, gay people, women. That's divisive. It's dividing everybody. And that's what the right and the alt-right more specifically are using to rebrand civil rights. It's up there with virtue signaling as one of the like dog whistle terms of okay. Baloney says, I'm thinking of people calling Bernie supporters sexist. Yeah, that was always going to happen. That was just ugly infighting, and I don't have a solution to that. That was really unfortunate. And I think the number of Bernie bros is like wildly overestimated. Like, Bernie supporters overwhelmingly voted for Clinton. Like the Bernie to Trump contingent, there's this narrative that was like, well, Bernie Sanders destroyed the Democratic Party because he got all these populist supporters who then went over to Trump because he was using populist rhetoric too. To which I was like, then why wasn't Hillary using populist rhetoric? If that's the case. But it really wasn't. It was from everything I've read, like most Bernie people voted for Hillary. We all kind of held our nose and went, all right, fine, better than the alternative. The other thing I keep seeing absolutely forgotten constantly is that Donald Trump lost the election. Why does nobody talk about that? Why does everybody go, a majority of the people in this country agree with Donald Trump? No, a majority did not agree with him at all. A majority, more than 3 million, and first of all, the majority doesn't vote. More than half the country doesn't vote. So, of the voting populace, more agreed more with Hillary than Donald. And nobody acts like that's true. We all act like he won the election. We've just forgotten that it was an electoral college victory. Snowbound says, I do think there's an argument that focusing on the economic benefit of leftist politics would better position itself to attract old white people from the American wasteland. And it did. It did with Bernie. You'd get Utah, Utah Mormons in support of him because he sounded like Jesus. You'd get all of these lost causes who the Republicans have been speaking to by using rhetoric about faith and he won so many right-wingers over that it's so disappointing that he couldn't secure the Democratic nomination because his message was so strong. Good Lord. Snowbound says, 3 million strong. Good goddamn question, Joe. Yeah, 3 fucking million more people of the voting populace voted for the less terrible. I'm sorry. I don't think Hillary would have been terrible. I think she would have been just fine. she wouldn't have been a revolutionary. We wouldn't have had unprecedented change or I mean, Obama was kind of a boring centrist, but after Bush, that's kind of what we needed. We kind of needed, and also you knew the first black president was going to be kind of a boring centrist. His biggest scandals were putting mustard on a hamburger, Dijon mustard on a hamburger, and wearing a tan suit. As far as the news was concerned, we all know there was more than that. There's drone warfare. There's not, going far enough in a lot of ways. There's a lot more to it than that, but his two biggest news scandals were that. And fake, aside from Muslim Kenyan terrorist fist jab, they were all made up. We needed the first black president to be boring. Because now the road is open of okay, we've set precedent. There's not well, yeah, we voted in that black guy, but then he did all these crazy left-winger things, and fuck that, and he was a Marxist, and blah. And they said it anyway, but he didn't do any of it. So we needed the first black president to be kind of a boring centrist, and I don't blame him for being that, because his whole thing was, I don't want to make waves, I want to make my race look good, I don't want to be the first black president, I don't want the first black presidency to be a disaster. And Hillary would have been the same. She would have been a boring centrist, which is not what I want for the president. But it absolutely beats what we have. Baloney says Obama wasn't boring. He was terrifying. I disagree. I found all of the... Yeah. Drone warfare. Yeah, I mentioned drone warfare. Snowbound says, that said, I don't think he could have won the national election. Americans hate leftism. And Trump's anything you want but safe would have walked over him. I don't know about that. I think the optics of strong man yelling at woman won him a lot of people who have unexamined issues with regards to their personal politics. I think that we've been conditioned to go, big strong man is good. And that's why a lot of people are responding to him, is because he yells at people, he shouts, he's an asshole. And we now think that's good. It's the same way Reagan did the same fucking thing. Not to this degree, not in this way, but the same, strong daddy will save us. It was the same voters. And then Baloney says, Snowbound, they only hate leftism when you call it leftism. That's absolutely true. When you start explaining, hey, how do you feel about Obamacare in a poll? People say they hate it. Now they don't. Now we're seeing the backlash. Now we're seeing everybody going, no, Obamacare is awesome. But at the time, it was how would you feel about Obamacare? I hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. How do you feel about these things? And then they list all of the things that are in Obamacare, and they go, that sounds great. We should do that. We should do that instead of Obamacare. So yeah, leftism is only hated because Republicans are extremely great at marketing themselves and marketing us as weak-willed nobodies who just want to take all the fun away. Nothing to be done about it. Don't really know where to go with it. Snowbound says, that's it though. Trump's optics would have walked over Sanders trying to talk policy. I think Sanders' optics of, I think he would have clowned him. I think he would have called him a buffoon. I think he would have played the game. Clinton did the dumbest fucking thing possible, which was try to high road him, and the people he was winning over don't understand that. All they understand is we're in a rap battle, and one person says one thing, and we go, no! And another person says another thing, and the insult is better, and we go, no! And then that person is the one who won. They don't give a shit about policy. They give a shit about who looks tougher. And I think Bernie would have taken that fight to Donald. I think he would. I don't know that he would. I think he would have found a way. Like, Obama did it to Romney without doing it. You know, he had that continue, Senator moment where everybody just went, oh! Even though he hadn't said anything that was like, you know, inflammatory or terrible. Poll said Clinton wins 90% of the time. Oh, in response to Dancing Baloney saying, Snowbound, polls disagree with you. I mean, look, we can relitigate the 2016 election until we're blue in the fucking face. I think a more useful thing to do is to say, where the fuck are we going now? And in my opinion, we need somebody who isn't just going to high road Trump the whole time, but who can make him look foolish to his base. Do you guys remember the fucking Paul Ryan and Joe Biden debate? Biden clowned him. It was glorious. All he had to do was keep being right and looking like, giving that Jim Halford look to the camera like, can you fucking believe this guy? And he clowned him. We need somebody who's going to take that fight to Donald on his terms. And everybody goes, well, we can't play the game he's playing. You have to. You can't not. He will win if you don't. We've seen that. Anyway. Baloney says we need to make the DNC bend the knee to people like us. That's where we need to go. I agree. In the primaries. That's where you and I differ. I think in the primaries and in caucusing and in, we absolutely need to keep pushing them to the fucking left. Baloney says, I remember the Biden-Ryan debates. That was good. It was fucking outstanding. Jesus Christ. Snowbound says, first, don't use memes from Dragon Tits Weekly. It makes us look like goobers. Yeah. But yes, we do need to push them to the left now. Bend the knee was a thing way before fucking Dragon Tits, man. It's that's been an expression forever. Granted, it's now reaching, it's back in people's minds more than it was, but I heard that used in the 90s, talking politics. But yeah, okay. So all right, the place all three of us can agree on, the two people talking in chat and myself here, we need to push everything to the left. The Overton window needs to move. And Bernie did that, which is great. I'm going to end on a positive note. The American people currently talk about healthcare as if it's something the government should provide. That it is a human right. And as early as 2 years ago, that wasn't the case. Nobody talked about healthcare as a human right. But then Obama, oh God, were it not for Joe Lieberman killing the fucking public option, we'd be so much farther to the left, single-handedly killing the public option. We'd be so much further to the left on this than we are right now. But it was incremental progress, and now the American people are talking to politicians as if, fuck you, don't take away my health care. That was the whole idea. Fix it, don't get rid of it. And that's heartening to me. Baloney says, yeah, if you use the right verbiage, single payer gets almost 70%. Absolutely. And that's, I think we can run on single payer now. I think that's something we can say, American healthcare should be free. I think we finally reached it. But Obama just ran on healthcare and he won and it was great, but we need a new cause. We need a new something that gets people excited. Or at least past 60%. Yeah, it polls really well, and even Republicans are like, you got that crowd that's like, fuck Obamacare, but don't take away the Affordable Care Act. It's the keep your government out of my Medicare people. They exist, but who cares? Because now the conversation has moved to the left. We have moved healthcare to the left. And I think that I'm excited about that. I'm also very pissed off about Nazis. So I know I said tomorrow I'd try to finish Thomas Was Alone and then do There's Poop in My Soup for Slibo. But there's a decent chance I install a Wolfenstein game. I'm not sure which one. Just a Wolfenstein game and just fucking mow down some goddamn Nazis. Whoo, boy howdy. I am not thrilled with where we are today. I have hope that things will get better. And I do have a little faith that these idiots showing up in full Nazi regalia makes the argument, oh, they're just they're just kids and they don't know any better, a little less valid. Baloney says, "Holy lol, I'll watch the fuck out of Wolfenstein." All right, I might start late. I don't know when I get. I don't know quite when I get off work. I never do. Show business is a real fucker. But there will be a stream tomorrow night because I got to be at work in 10 hours, which is not so bad. All right, folks, it's been an honor and a privilege. Thank you, everybody. Night. Let's say that less slurry. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Also, punch a Nazi.